And joining us now is someone who is concerned about the environmental and economic impact of the Rio Grande barrier. Jessie Fuentes owns a canoe and kayak company in Eagle Pass, Texas, and is suing the state in a separate case from the one being heard today. Jessie, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate this time.
Absolutely. So we want you to be able to state your case. How have these floating barriers impacted your business, and why do you believe it was necessary to file this lawsuit?
Well, first of all, I'll tell you that I heard what the governor said, and I see a pretty sad and and desperate man because his whole Operation Lone Star is falling apart. You know, he blames Joe Biden for the last 2 years, and that's when the state came in. It affected my business drastically. I mean, I am shut down, and they've torn up the river. They've dredged the border, the edges. They've bulldozed islands with sanctuaries of flora and fauna. I mean, my job was to promote a positive, beautiful river, and Mr. Greg Abbott and the other governors have come over here to our area and taken over our public park and taken care of over our public golf course and have declared it a staging area. And they've laid down tons and tons of concertina wire, shipping cart containers, cyclone fences, multiple fences. When there was already a fence there, none of this was necessary. And I think only one of those governors mentioned that. There's already a fence there. And everything that was said yesterday is just a complete and false narrative based on people who live here and who've lived here and raised their children here on the border. And I just, like I said, I see a sad and desperate man just couldn't come down to Eagle Pass and talk by his own. No, he had to bring his buddies with him. And each one of them had no idea what they're talking about because they don't live here.
Well, let me just break in quickly. So certainly the impact to your business is concerning, and I want to get to that. NewsNation has reached out to Governor Abbott's office about your lawsuit specifically. We are awaiting an answer. But here's something the governor said Monday while in the area. We'll listen and then come back quickly.
Sure.
Half of the states of the United States of America are banding together to step up and secure a border that President Biden has abandoned. And there are some very simple reasons why we're having to do this. The primary reason is because Joe Biden is not doing his job.
So it is the federal government's responsibility to secure the border, a task many governors don't want to get their hands dirty with. It's expensive, depletes resources, the list goes on. So the governor alluded to it there, that the state's getting involved because the federal government is not. Do you believe the federal government should be held accountable?
Well, let me tell you, I've lived here most of my life, and the federal government has always been here, always in and out. I've worked with them throughout the 8 years that I've had my company. Like I said, I feel sad for Mr. Abbott that he has to come in and muscle the federal government out of their job. He's been pushing them out of the way. He's moved them out of that one boating dock. He's locked that boating dock for the community. He's taken care of he's taken over the public park. I mean, that's a publicly supported park. And all of a sudden there's helicopters on there and there's Humvees. He's erased islands out of existence. I mean, the federal government was doing their job. The state just moved in to prove a point that they could.
Well, thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.